Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's Rob from Market Mornings, brought to you by WealthBuildersHQ.com. Hope you're all having a great day. I'm excited regardless of that ugly gray sky behind me in my window out there of the rain out there today. Let's go ahead and make sure y'all can hear me. If you would go ahead and just type the number 1 in the chat box, let me know that you can. I would greatly appreciate it. Now, as we go through here this morning, folks, keep in mind that everything we do is for educational purposes only. Nothing is meant to be advice or recommendations. If you find a candidate that you like, something that you find appealing to, make sure you do your own research on that candidate. Just because I tell you Amazon looks like a great trade today, I'm not saying it is, but just because I tell you that, that doesn't mean you should take that at face value of I'm trading Amazon today. Does it fit your risk profile? Are you comfortable with it? All right. With that, it is time to jump in. So let's go ahead first and take a look at the futures. All right. So I'm going to make this full screen and I've got my drawing tools in place. So let's go see. Here is Friday's close at 5 p.m. Here is Sunday, not Monday, Sunday's open at 6 p.m. Eastern. And you can see we gapped up a little bit on the market for the futures. Not a big deal. We gave it all back right away, and then we took a nice climb into there. It made for a nice little move yesterday, although most of it happened in a very short period of time, and then we kind of drifted before we got a pop. Right? Then we pulled back to about that 1 a.m. time period, and what a great trend up through the early market hours of the European markets. And then into the open of the European market, we got that nice little pop, this pullback, and then this bounce that's taken place in the last little bit. Right now on the S&P 500, we're up 19 and a quarter. Look at that, man. We're just rocking in the last 5 minutes alone. We start our show and the S&P takes off. Good deal, huh? So overall move on the S&P, nice, pressing up near those all-time highs, which is excellent. Right on YM, the Dow, look at this. My goodness. Same pattern on the YM, the Dow. We got a nice push right now, 156 points to the upside. We may be getting some higher highs. We'll see. On NQ, not as strong of a move in this candle. So NQ, well, it did. It had a nice big candle in there and has failed. So interesting. We still have 75 points on NQ. Let's see if it holds on the ES and the YM, the S&P and the Dow. Let's see if they hold. RUT, I'm okay on RUT. We're good. Let's see, where am I at this week? I'm in the 2400s, so I've got plenty of room to go. I'm more than 100 points away on my RUT trade, so I'm okay with that for RUT. But overall on RUT right now, today we're up about 22 points. Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's up 1,100 points to 59,000. Look at that last little bit, folks. Look at the last 2 candles, 5 candles. We went from less than 57,000 to 59,000 in just a couple of candles. All right, very nice move. Gold, overall bearish pattern to it, right? You can see the overall move is down on gold. Right? And these are all continuous contracts that we look at. Crude oil, yes, baby, come on, just another couple of days. Hold on, Papa. We got a nice move to the downside. 47 cents. We're at 75.5 on crude. And from there, we got nat gas, which is down, not too bad, but about 5%. Nat gas is down today. So a little bit of a push to the downside, but gas, fuel, gas, oil, rather, all that downward momentum right now. All right, let's go take a look at some candidates. So here's the list. You can see them right here. I'm going to break away from this list because I'm going to full screen what goes up on this chart. It's up a chart there. Yep, so let's do that. All right. ASTR, right? They had a space flight that orbited, right? So that's what their reason for their pop is. Good deal for them. Let's see. I think they're only monthly options. Let me see. See, ASTR is only monthly options. The next one expires in 25 days. You're looking to sell a put on this. But if you can get a bounce off of a key level, I will be definitely considering this as that longer term. Do we want to buy some shares and possibly even write some covered calls? So I do like ASTR, right? BNTX. is our next one. Ah, Alex, thank you. I've been waiting. And Jeff, both of you guys, excellent. Breaking news. And Jeff had typed it in first, but same thing. Powell is staying, right? They're not bringing on this new person to head the chair, the Fed chair position. There was discussion this morning on CNBC about it with someone's opinion, of course, but with everything going on right now and all of the shucking and jiving that's taking place with the debt ceiling coming up, this new, $200 gazillion package that we're trying to pass right now in the Senate that passed in the House last week. With all of that, it would probably be a better transition to leave Powell in place. He did. I'm not a Powell fan per se, meaning I don't think he's aggressive enough in what he does, and that's my taste. But it does seem to work right now, so he's in there. So, guys, thanks. I appreciate that very much that you put that in there. And I've got it on behind me on CNBC. President Biden to renominate Jerome Powell as Fed chair. Excellent. I just can't see it back there over my left shoulder. So, hey, by the way, I forgot to ask, guys, go ahead and drop in your trades. Talk to me. How did trading go last week? How did you do? Let me know. Who are you looking at today? Drop them in. We'll look at candidates you want to look at in a little bit. Don't bother with those. But if there's ones that you set up, I've got Amazon on my list or Apple or whomever. Go ahead and put it in. All right. BNTX, they've got a share increase because of COVID boosters. It was actually Pfizer, Mrna, which I'll bring up next, and BNTX. All three of those have got a bolster because of the booster that with people, right? So they're definitely seeing shares increase. They're up about $7 right now. We'll be looking at a bull put spread on them. Mrna is our next one, right? For Mrna, let me just move this out of the way. Let's see. For Mrna, we are up right now about $6.50. Same thing. That was the share increase because of price of shares because of the COVID booster, right? VG, both of these bull put spreads. VG, woo! What a move, baby! What a move! They're being bought out by Ericsson. I have a very specific setup that I love to use on this pattern, and it is to sell naked puts. Right? I'm a big fan of this because what tends to happen is when you get a buyout, we know they're going to buy the stock out at whatever, $20 a share. Right? So the stock goes up near that 20, maybe 21, 19 and a half, whatever the price is. It gets up there and it just kind of goes and just stays there. And if I can get either sell naked puts or do diagonal spreads on this, where I buy a longer term call option, at least 120 days out, that's a great setup on a company like VG because of the announcement. Now, you can see the pop on VG being bought, which is Vonage, being bought by Ericsson, right? We look at Ericsson, they're down. Why? They're spending money. Now, remember, the down is today. They're not buying VG because they think it's a bad deal. They're buying VG to get at their customer base. They're buying VG to get at products. They're buying VG to incorporate some of the same functions that they have at Ericsson now. They're going to pull those in to VG, from VG rather. They're going to pull those in and just duplicate. In other words, do we need 2 accounting departments? Do we need 2 sales departments? Do we need to, you see where I'm going with this? You could get away with 1 VP of sales, 1 VP of accounting, finance, and so forth. So there are going to be benefits to Ericsson down the road, just not today. So, lower price stock, tougher. I'll look at a bear call spread if there's anything there, but it's both Ericsson and VG are monthly options. So it's a little bit tougher based on that. Right, from there, STZ is next. Right, so STZ closed up about $235-ish. It gapped up right to 240, and they're in merger talks with Monster. So here's the thing. When you see those hash marks like that, it could be it's not very heavily traded in pre-market. That's very possible. This could be broker type orders that they're not having customer orders come through yet. It could be halted that they're not see where I'm coming from with it. But when I see that, it makes me step back to position 1 in the chair and say, all right, do I really want to do anything with this? Now, I'm going to watch it. Without a doubt, I'm going to watch it. But unless I see some movement from there, I'm not interested. So what's the movement mean? Bull put spread. If I get a bounce, we're looking at a potential bull put spread on this one. Bluebird. Monthly options on Bluebird. They got priority FDA review on a drug. I forget what it was for, but priority FDA review for one of their drugs. They closed up about 10.5. Right now they're about 11.5, so almost $1 move. They've kind of flattened off. Monthly options on it, so I'm not very excited about it. But if I could sell a put into this, I don't like FDA type stuff when it's phase 1, phase 2 type things, reviews, whatever. I don't like that, but as excited as some other news earnings, things like that, because FDA, it could go against them. Bluebird thinks that they're ready. The FDA may not. No. No today, baby. Sorry. All right, Rent. R-E-N-T. Rent is not optionable yet, okay? Rent the Runway. I was unfamiliar with this company before they went public. I like what they do. I like it a lot. I've asked my daughters about it. My youngest one is extremely familiar with them. So I love what they do. 23 years old, right? I love what they do. I think they're a great company. The way that they rent out, and it's renting out clothing. And that's literally what it is. But it's not, let me get a t-shirt. Hey, you want to rent my t-shirt? My World Builders t-shirt. No, here's this beautiful gown by this fancy designer and so forth, right? And you get so many pieces a month, depending on the plan you choose, blah, blah, blah. They're not optionable yet, guys. But if you're looking at that longer term, I do have some Rent shares that I've picked up already. I may add to my position now because it was 2 different companies, but Goldman Sachs is the one that I jotted down. They initiated them as a buy. So we weren't watching you before, Rent. Goldman Sachs is saying, we weren't watching you before, but now we're initiating coverage and we're initiating as a buy, telling our clients to buy. All right. So with that being said, because it's not optionable, I'll be looking at more shares potentially. RIVN. All right. RIVN, what did they come up with? Oh, Ford will not be developing jointly an electric car with them. Right. So that's a big deal because the expectation was they were going to jointly, pick up on some of the experience of Ford, some of the technology from Riven. It's not happening. So right now they're down $5.50. We'll be looking at a bear call spread on this. This is more of something's going to unravel like this. Right. And then lastly is Wynn Resorts. So Wynn Resorts, a little bit of a pop today, nothing crazy. And there's been other smaller companies that have come out with the same announcement right now. But the border between China and Hong Kong has been closed. There's discussion that border is about to open back up again. If that border opens, it allows people traveling back and forth and coming back to mainland China to get into the casinos, which is where Wynn has one of their locations. So very beneficial to them. We'll be looking at potentially bull put spread on this. I think, Wynn is a recovery type stock, right? Recovery meaning from COVID. Right? Used to actually be one of the power option plays stocks, not any longer. But, you could see, if we go back, bigger picture. All right. So here's COVID. Kerplunk, right? We get this nice, actually, let's go back one more step. Very busy. Sorry about that. But here's COVID. We get some recovery. We get this nice recovery. And then what happens? So we're back here in the beginning of this year. So let's go to an F8. So we're here at the beginning of the year. And we get this nice recent high, I should say, all-time from COVID. And we get a lower high in there. And then we kind of go sideways, push up, and what a huge fail, right? Numbers are not coming in the way they thought. People are not staying as long. They're not traveling as much. All of this stuff had backed off. Costs being incurred, being forced to put in COVID systems that if you had more than 100 employees, you had to have vaccination in there. Although the government has now said, the Supreme Court has told the government that's illegal, they can't do it, there are still costs and things by setting some of these programs up. So a lot of these recovery stocks are not recovering. I mean, heck, I'm listening this morning and flight attendants are not picking up extra shifts because they want to do the bare minimum because they're fighting with too many customers. And apparently alcohol is the main reason for it. Not even what they're getting on the plane, but what they're getting in the terminal. And some are bringing alcohol with them on the plane. You don't want to serve me, I'll bring it myself and drink it. And it's just too big of a fight. So it's getting harder and harder to get people to even work the shifts that are needed. So these recovery stocks aren't there. But I think the wins of the world, Las Vegas Sands, the Delta Airlines, United Airlines, American Airlines, those are my three favored from the airlines. I don't necessarily like Southwest, not for any reason that I don't. They're a great company. I don't like trading them as a company. I don't like trading JetBlue as a company. They don't work as well for me. I do better on diagonals and covered calls with the other three, right? I think Carnival Cruise Lines, right? Fun cruise line. I get some of the bigger ones out there, but those recovery type stocks are going to happen, right? It's a waiting game for it. You got to watch the patterns that are setting up. If we can get some recovery on Win, so right now on Win, if we're at 92.66, call 92.5, right? That puts us right about here, right when my horizontal line is on my mouse. That's nice, but we're not even above the moving averages there. The moving average is 93.38, so we're not even there. I need to see a little bit higher move first. If I can get above that 100 level, which is my zero line, it's the 100-point level. It's all critical location. If we can get above, retest and bounce, there may be an opportunity for one of the recovery stocks to recover. Okay, so but with that, if you can get the move up, that's what we're looking at. All right. So FYI, right? Today, tomorrow, Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, our show will be 9 o'clock. There will be no show here on Thursday or Friday. We're not doing anything on Friday. Too light of a day. Friday is normally a day that I take off, family time, right? Helping out with everything around here with my wife. It's all like getting ready for Christmas stuff. Come Monday, the 29th, we will be moving the show time to 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. It'll be a 30-minute, not a 20-minute. Give us a little bit more time. It'll also give you an opportunity that after the market we've done with our show, you'll be ready for the market to open. You've got some time to go prep and go look at the candidates while you're here. All right. So let's see. So Alex said, I'm way in the hole with Win stock and still waiting. I get it, Alex. I get it. I don't have any Win, right? I am dealing with some Valero that I'm doing that, we had this nice boom going on prices and Valero's down. That's okay. I'll deal with the Valero price drop compared to what oil is going to cost me for the year with what it costs to heat this house that we have, which is pretty big. It's expensive. So I'll deal with it. Energy is going to come back in. I don't believe we're staying where we are, right? So let's go take a look at a couple of candidates. We only have 2 or 3 minutes. What do you guys want me to look at? Drop them in. Come on now. Let's see. Alan said PLTR for a covered call. That was great. Great meaning it was one that you put in for when I said, what are you trading? Let's see. All right. Older fib. So you got to watch. I mean, we've broken the moving averages. Got to get above that 23.5 before I would even consider anything for it. Be careful if you can get a bounce off that 21. We got lower highs and lower lows. So that's, a little bit of a cautionary tale there with that one, Alan. Let's see. Kevin said Roku looking at a bounce. Sure. Okay. Whew. Well, let's see. What's Roku doing in pre-market? That'll help me a little bit. All right. We're up 51 cents. I wouldn't put much into the 51-cent move. A little caution for that. So if you're looking at a short term, you got to be above that 247 level for anything at all. And then I'd be looking at either the moving average or the 264.62 as resistance. And I would only be doing it as a day trade, personally. All right. Let's see. Sean's asking for Home Depot to continue to the upside. Yeah, I mean, Here's the way I'm going to play it, Sean. I'm going to trade Home Depot bullish until it's no longer bullish. In other words, if it's going to keep shooting up, I'm going to keep taking the trades. If we can get a bounce today off of that fib line, right? Let's see where Home Depot is in pre-market. It's up a little bit. Oh, $2. My bad. It's up about $2. Hash marks. I'm just not excited about the hash marks, right? If we can get that continuation move, great. So what do I need? A pullback to the 406.66 on the bounce, and there's the opportunity to enter. Keep in mind, it is Thanksgiving week. The closer we get to Thanksgiving, the lower volume is going to be this week. When volume drops, now you're dealing with more potential manipulation. So just be cautious with that for sure. All right. Frankie's asking for Nucor. Nucor is on my list today. Get me above the 113.11, Frankie. NUE. So right now they're at 114.41 with a hash mark. So just a print of a trade. But get me above that 113.11. Get me, I don't have to touch it to come back, but I want to start moving down towards it and bounce. And 119 is my target. Nucor moves about $4.20 a day. So 08 to 13, 13 to 19 is 6. Normally you're not going to get the entire move in a day in there. But listen, if I can get the bounce off 113 and wind up at 115, 16, 17 for the day, I'll be tickled pink. All right. Hey, say, hey, how you doing? I like the new time because of having time after the show to look at the prospects. Exactly. Bang. Say, hey, Bang, B-A-N-G, good, G-O-O-D, is the company I buy this stuff from in Asia, right? That's what my replacement of Baidu is them, right? So Bang good. And then everyone asks, this will be the last one, TSLA, Tesla. Retest of the 1103 today and look for the bounce. Here, let's see where it is right now. We're up 27 points. So we had a big move already in pre-market, right? So we're up 27 points, which puts us at 1164. So we're way up here. See the problem with it? We're already at resistance. So if I can get a pullback, great. If not, I'd be a little cautious. Look for pivot points intraday and trade off the pivots. All right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, with that, make it a profitable day. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, you're just one trade away. Take care, and I will see you all at our show tomorrow. Bye for now.